Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Adam here. Today, we're going to be doing a camera test on the OnePlus 7 Pro in July of 2020 now, with all the software updates. Now, this is being recorded on the front camera. This is 1080p at 30 FPS, and this is the only option that you can do. There's no 4K option at all. And in my opinion, it looks okay. You could see it's not the best dynamic range, but definitely it is very sharp and pretty saturated, which I personally like. Not everyone likes that, but personally I do like that. Okay, so now we're doing a 1080p video test at 30 FPS, and so this, I believe, does have OIS on here with the main camera. And what's cool about 1080p at 30 FPS is that you could do basically all the options. Ultra wide, telephoto, things like that. So now let's check out the wide, the ultra wide. But as you can see on regular 1080p at 30 FPS, you could see there's very good dynamic range. It doesn't look as sharp as 4K. But overall, very good. You could see kind of like the blur test, autofocus is very good. So yeah, now let's switch to the ultra wide camera. And so switching to the ultra wide camera, it actually does look okay. Definitely not as sharp, but you could see it does blur out the background when focusing on an object. Doesn't do as well though. So, yeah. Oh, I guess there was bad autofocus there, but as you could see, it looks okay, and this is 117 degrees of field of view, and okay dynamic range. Looks pretty good. So, yeah, now let's switch to the telephoto camera. And so this is 3 times, and this doesn't look too good. They're still focusing and things like that. It's just because it is less megapixels. But it has improved a lot in my opinion. So overall, okay. But definitely does not look as sharp. So yeah. Now what's also really cool about 1080p 30 FPS is that you could do super stable mode. So you could see this is super stable mode on at 1080p at 30 FPS, and it looks very good. You can see it's a combination of EIS and OIS, and you can see it does a very, very, very good job. If I move the camera a lot, it does pretty good. So, yeah, does pretty well, and still looks pretty good. Now we are doing 1080p at 60 FPS, so this does reduce, I believe, some quality, the 60 FPS in my opinion, but it is much, much smoother. Just in my opinion, doesn't look as good as 1080p at 30 FPS. That just could be me. Overall, it does look very good, and yeah, you can see here focusing on an object. You could also not do any kind of ultra wide with 1080p at 60 FPS. So yeah. Hey guys, if you're enjoying this video, then a sub to the channel would be really awesome, because we're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So I think we can do it. Social Blade thinks that we could do it. So let's see what happens. But also make sure to turn on the notification bell, because it recommends my YouTube channel to more people, so more people can see my videos. So anyways, back to the camera test. Now we're switching to 4K, and 4K looks very good. As you can see, blurs out the background great, looks very, very good. And what's cool about this is that you could actually do ultra wide on the on 4K. So that's pretty impressive. Focusing on something here. Looks very good. Dynamic range is very good. So yeah, overall a big improvement from last time I did it, and I believe that was February. So pretty good quality, as you can see. But now we're switching to the ultra wide, and the ultra wide actually does look pretty good at 4K. As you can see, very good focusing. Focuses on objects pretty well. Doesn't have as much blur, but that's fine. And let's check the dynamic range. Pretty good dynamic range, as you can see. Trying to switch different, yeah, pretty good dynamic range overall. Looks actually very good. So yeah. Now lastly is 4K at 60 FPS, and this looks actually very good. 4K at 60 FPS looks amazing actually, but you can't really use it that long. That's the only problem. It takes up a lot of storage. You can see very good blur, and you could only record up to 5 minutes, so overall not the best, because you can't record for that long. So that kind of sucks. I wish they fixed that with or they change that with a software update. But overall looks very good. And yeah, looks very good overall. Okay, so now we're going into photos. So guys, that was my camera test for the OnePlus 7 Pro. Now, the software that it was on was 10.0.5, so yeah, just letting you know. And also, once again, we are trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because it helps out the channel a lot. And yeah, hope to get 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year.